Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going to show you exactly what the title says, how to manage your client projects in Notion like a boss. So I'm going to show you a template that I've built and that I use every time that I create a new project. And this is kind of a work in progress, but I'd say it's 95% of the way there. There's just slight tweaks that I'm doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is what one of my client projects looks like. I'm going to take you through this step by step, and hopefully you can learn how I organize things, and maybe some of this resonates with you and you can just take it, steal it, and use it in your own projects. But I've put a lot of thought into this, so hopefully you can see some of the value that it brings. So here we go. Here's the overview page. Make a nice banner. Obviously, you know, the prettier things are. If you guys have watched me so far, you know that I'm big into UI, so make your stuff look nice because you're looking at it all the time. As you can see down here, I've spent 56 hours on this project, so, you know, why not have a nice banner? So pretty standard stuff starting from the top. We have, starting from the top, we have a status of active, pretty simple. Owner is me. Goal, we kind of live by this philosophy that every project needs a reason for existing. So here we are doing our main goal, which is kind of learning how to build products. We have other goals. Start date, so we started in June 5th. We have a nice handy ticker here, which tells us how many days we've got left, which is based on the due date. So this is a bonkers looking Notion formula, which basically uses this date between function. So this is really handy, especially when you're looking at this project amidst other projects in a Kanban view, for example. We have a CRM, so like who this is. I've blocked their name out for obvious reasons, but yeah, you just link them in here. This is actually really powerful because I've created a system within this template that actually is sort of a client portal as well, which is going to be another video because it's one of the coolest things I've built inside this project. So I'm going to give you a little sneak preview at it, and then in the next video I'm going to kind of show you how to build it. So this is essential for getting that client portal to work, and obviously good to have reference of who your client is. Proposal, we stick all our proposals in here, so you know anytime you just know the original agreement of what you're building. This helps you to reduce scope creep as well, which if you guys are working with projects in this kind of agency model, you might be well aware that stuff can start to grow beyond the scope of the original contract or agreement. Having this right here is good for anyone in your team and yourself to remind yourself, like, what am I building here? And am I building too much? You know, am I doing work for free, essentially? Client DB, again, this is related to the client portal that I just talked about. So I'll explain a bit more about these later. Reminder, I think this is really helpful if you want to just remind yourself, you know, when this project needs a specific thing looking at, or we have reminders across all our databases in Notion. So maybe it's not particularly useful here, but for example, in a task, instead of like typing in the kind of task area and doing like an @remind, you can just stick it in a property here and then, you know, have a date and then just put the reminder on. And this is a really nice, succinct way of doing it, but let's clear that for now. Hours, we manually track it in Notion, which sucks ass a little bit, but I'm working on a solution to actually automatically do that. I know there's plugins and stuff, but I want to use apps that I use to time track and then pull it into Notion. So that'll be another project I'm going to build and I will showcase later. Now we're getting into the juicy stuff. I like to link everything together into the project inside Notion so that your project page becomes the one-stop shop for knowing everything about the project. So I kind of like to work in here, build documents and everything so that not only I, but other people in my team can come in and easily reference what the state of the project is and just get some really useful data. So for example here, this is a whimsical that I've built, and it's going to be a tool that I will use with the client. I'm actually meeting them later today, so this will be like some, as you can see, I've got to-dos here. I'm kind of going over the app architecture. So it's really easy. When I go on the call tonight, I'm just going to click here, jump in here. I've already pre-planned it all, and then I just go through the steps with him and hand the project over. So I like to do it in like a top-down, like the most recent thing at the top. And then obviously like really important things like here, we use OpenAI a lot because we're interested in AI and automation. So here's the function description, which is super easy and easily referenceable, crazy word. Ongoing test data, this is the kind of stuff that I was just gathering and kind of showing to the client mid-project. So we were always aligned on this product and what I'm building. So yeah, that's just an overview of documents, really handy. We use prompts, so I can easily look at this kind of list and see if it's pink, I know it's a prompt. So I constantly use this as the source of truth for everything. Resources, so we're going to build some other things for this client. So anytime I see something interesting on the internet, I will like use this cool tool called Notion Web Clipper, I think, and it just pings it right into here. So I have, again, easy reference for when this project starts to go on to the next phase and the next phase. I have easy reference of what I was thinking of in terms of what I wanted to build for the client. We're pretty heavy on the code, so I just stick everything into an online code tool called Replit here. So we just have, again, your universal source of truth. You get the idea here. I'm going for like one page to rule them all. Look, I've worked in plenty of companies in my time. So for example, if you're a developer, you might understand or might be aware of handling your projects in something like Jira, and then putting all your documentation in something like Jira's cousin tool, which is called Confluence, right? This is how I've commonly worked in all companies I've worked at. It's like everything is just disconnected. And the thing with that is this disconnection creates a disconnect between your workflows, and it takes you a longer time to context switch and get into the project. And so my whole philosophy, if you're building this, isn't just random. I've worked at companies for the last 8 years and seen that this isn't the best way to handle a project. And so I've just kind of squished it all into one. And for me, and it makes logical sense in my brain at least, this is the way that you should run all projects. Just stick it all in one place and have it easily referenceable. So jumping back, YouTube. So yeah, every time I do something in here, it often sparks ideas for YouTube videos. So for this one right now is like how I organize client projects. I'm filming it, and I know I've got 3 other YouTube videos to talk about just for this project. So this is really helpful for me. The product that we're building out of this, so yeah, we have a products database inside Notion. Then we will push that product through the phases. We will do testing, do a bit of market research, and then ultimately, if it passes all our parameters, we'll start selling it in some ways. So again, it's really handy. Jumping down into the sort of project portal here. Before I jump in, we have just a quick overview of like a Google shared drive here. So this is me and the client are both aware of this thing here. So, this is something that my client's written for desired AI outputs. It's a logo that I can use. And then this is the client portal. But before I show you this, I'm going to show you what the project looks like from our side. So we like to look at things in a sort of card, Trello, Kanban style, whatever you want to call it. And, am I on the right screen? Let me check. Let me check. I think so. Yeah. Yes. Project status. So as you can see, we have like an active column for stuff that I'm doing. We have a handy little ticker here, which shows me how many hours I've spent on it. Helps me keep track of, what I'm spending too much time on, and maybe I need to move around. You can see there's 24 done things here and a backlog, which is just basically post-project stuff at this point. It's like, send the remaining 50% of the invoice, get a testimonial, ask for feedback, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The big thing I want you to focus on here is this sync checkbox, which is really cool. So I've built a project portal, which I'll jump over to in a second, but basically anything that you look at on this side, so the project status, is private. In fact, this whole page is private to me, right? It's where I collate all my information, and it's where and how I decide to organize this project, right? So some of these tasks are not synced and some of them are synced. So for example, this 50% invoice is not synced. What does that mean? Well, if I hover over this sync property, you can read it here. So it's like sync this project client portal task.db. That doesn't really make sense in the context, but on, you can see that client will see this task and be able to comment on it, but not see the page contents. And if it's off, it's private, it's internal. The client will not even know this card exists. So why is this important? So if you've ever used client portals, you're aware that some things you want to keep private and some things you want to keep public, right? So I've solved a kind of a really common and annoying problem within Notion, which is sharing databases is still not a structured process. You can't share parts of your database. So what I've done here is built a super cool system. I won't get into it here because it's quite complicated, but I've basically made it so I can sync a card over to the client's project portal and they will see it, but they won't be able to see any of the stuff that I've got in my working area here, which, you know, might be stuff like passwords or, you know, just like my thought process that they don't really need to see. But I've got a nice link in every single card. I can jump over to the client version of the card. And here is where I can just actually talk with them. So you might have your conversation here. And then if there's anything you want to, like, you know, pop on here, like a whimsical diagram or whatever, you can stick it in here. So we have like each task, you can see it as like a coin with two sides. You've got like the private side that you work in and the public side that you talk to the client in and reference public facing materials in. So having that control, I found, is just an absolute superpower, and it's super easy in terms of UI UX. It's like, okay, I can see it's synced. I know it's public. And if I want to unsync it, it's as simple as just like unchecking the checkbox here. So yeah, this is how our project management works. We have different views. You know, some people like working in this table view. I'm a big fan of this. But let's jump over to the client project portal, which is here. So as you can see, it's got a bit of branding. It looks a bit nice. This is actually wrong. This would usually be like a kind of a welcome message, like, hey, welcome to your project portal. Please go through the little cards below, which are essentially your onboarding. And you've got navigation. So basically your dashboard, your project status, shared files, and then help. This is still being built out, but the essential functionality is here. So you know, if you go into, they would come in here, you set them up on Notion, and the first thing they'll do is they come and watch like a welcome video, which I've done here, which is like a loom. You can go through the setup checklist. So a lot of the times, you know, clients will need to set up accounts on their end. You can keep your invoices here, and then you've got a nice handy section for offboarding and review. So this is really cool to, again, keep all your public source of truth, your public information. So, you know, like your copy of your invoices you put in here, and both you and the client have access to it. You're not going to get into any miscommunication errors. And then, yeah, as you can see here, I'll flip over to the project status, but the board view. You can see, this is a test I did earlier. I actually don't need to have that in here. I'll delete it. But you can see, like, if we jump over to mine, all the stuff I have in the backlog right now is actually not synced. So on their side, there's nothing in the backlog. There's just an active card here. I was messing around with the integration here, so there's a reason why you only see one here. It's mainly I was just messing with the integration, but this thing works. And so if they jump in here, they can see exactly what they need to see, and nothing that they don't need to see. And you can just chat in here. And they have this amazing benefit of feeling kind of included in the project, right? Which is the whole point of a client portal, is they can see the state at a glance, and they can chat to you within here, within cards, which hold all the context. And they can see how much is being done. So me just setting this up has been absolutely amazing in terms of client communication, because I set the expectations really early on. I got the client off email chains. I'm a huge proponent of getting off email as quickly as possible. And if you can just teach your clients straight away, okay, project starting, we're going to go over to this way better user interface. And I promise you, you're going to feel less anxious about this day of the project, because you can just look at it and you can talk to me in here, and we don't have to have all this back and forth. It's the absolute business. So as to the technicals of how this works, I'll do that in another video because it's really cool. Again, I've basically solved a pretty big problem in Notion to do with permissions and viewing things that you are not supposed to see as a client. But I hope that gives you a general overview. Yeah, here we go, some notes for some things you might want to add in the future or whatever. This is good for, like sharing with your team, notes about the project. But that's it. As you can see, it's pretty succinct, and I have spent 56 hours on this page, and I think this has probably saved me 10 to 15 hours, maybe even more, in terms of needless back and forth communication with the client and me not having to jump around everywhere to just figure out what's going on. I have had to context switch during this project multiple times, and every time I've come back to this project, it's just been a breeze. So I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. If this looks like a good solution to you, let me know. It would be cool. And if you've got any tips of how to improve it, also that I'm all ears. I am definitely proud of the things I build in Notion, but I'm aware that I'm just one person with one brain. So yeah, if you've got any tips, I'd love to hear them. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below, and I will do my best to respond and give you as much of a good answer as possible. But yeah, I hope that was interesting, guys. As I said, next video, I'm going to delve into the mechanics and the back end of how I've built this project portal, because it's really cool. You can create things, sync it over, and unsync things and pull it out of there. Project view. You can edit things. You can have chats on one side of the coin and do your work on the other side of the coin. So I think it's really cool. All right. Hope that was helpful. See you on the next one. Bye.